Good day, everyone. Welcome back to the IS Companion. In today's lecture, we will discuss the psychoanalytical approach and its key proponents. The field of psychology has been profoundly shaped by the psychoanalytical approach and its various contributors. This lecture will explore the fundamental theories proposed by Sigmund Freud, Karen Horney, Alfred Adler, Harry Stack Sullivan, and Erik Erikson. Each theorist has provided unique insights into human behavior and personality, contributing to our understanding of psychological development and interpersonal dynamics. 1. Sigmund Freud's psychoanalytical approach. A. Theory of instincts. Freud's theory of instincts is foundational to his psychoanalytical approach. He posited that human behavior is driven by unconscious forces, primarily instinctual drives. These instincts are categorized into two main types. Eros, life instincts. These include sexual and self-preservation instincts, driving individuals towards survival, reproduction, and pleasure. Thanatos, death instincts. This instinct is associated with aggression, self-destructive behavior, and a drive toward eventual death or destruction. B. Theory of levels of consciousness. Freud proposed a model of consciousness comprising three levels. Conscious, the thoughts and perceptions currently in awareness. Preconscious, thoughts and memories that are not in immediate awareness but can be accessed with effort. Unconscious, a reservoir of feelings, thoughts, urges, and memories that are not accessible to conscious awareness, often because they are unpleasant or socially unacceptable. C. Theory of personality structure. Freud's structural model of personality includes three components. ID, the primal, unconscious part of the psyche that operates on the pleasure principle, seeking immediate gratification of basic drives and desires. Ego, the rational part of the psyche that operates on the reality principle, mediating between the demands of the ID, the superego, and reality. Superego, the moral component of the psyche, incorporating societal norms and values, striving for perfection and enforcing ethical conduct. D. Theory of anxiety and defense mechanisms. Freud identified three types of anxiety. Neurotic anxiety, fear of losing control over the ID's impulses. Moral anxiety, fear of violating moral or ethical standards imposed by the superego. Realistic anxiety, fear of real-world dangers or threats. To manage anxiety, Freud proposed defense mechanisms, including repression, excluding distressing thoughts from consciousness. Denial, refusing to accept reality or facts. Projection, attributing one's own undesirable feelings to others. Displacement, redirecting emotions to a safer target. Rationalization, providing logical explanations for irrational behavior. E. Theory of psychosexual development. Freud's theory of psychosexual development outlines stages of childhood development. Oral stage, 0 to 1 year focus on oral activities like sucking and biting. Anal stage, 1 to 3 years focus on control over bladder and bowel movements. Phallic stage, 3 to 6 years focus on genitalia and the Oedipus Electra complex. Latency stage, 6 puberty focus on social interactions and skill development. Genital stage, puberty onwards focus on mature sexual relationships and reproduction. F. Critical analysis of Freud. Freud's theories laid the groundwork for modern psychology, yet they have faced significant criticism. Critics argue that his theories lack empirical support and are overly focused on sexual and aggressive instincts. Additionally, the deterministic nature of his theories and the overemphasis on childhood experiences have been challenged by more contemporary approaches. 2. Karen Horney and the social cultural approach. A. Basic anxiety. Karen Horney introduced the concept of basic anxiety, which arises from interpersonal relationships and feelings of isolation or helplessness. According to Horney, Basic anxiety stems from a lack of security and affection in childhood, leading to neurotic behaviors in adulthood. B. Humanistic view of development. Horney's humanistic approach emphasized the role of social and cultural factors in personality development. She argued that personal growth is influenced by the social environment and that individuals strive for self realization and personal fulfillment rather than being driven by unconscious conflicts. C. Critical evaluation. Horney's contributions provided a broader perspective by incorporating social and cultural dimensions into psychological development. However, her theories have been critiqued for lacking the empirical rigor seen in other psychological approaches. Some argue that her focus on cultural factors might oversimplify complex individual differences. 3. Alfred Adler and the individual psychology. A. Fictional finalism. Adler introduced the concept of fictional finalism, suggesting that individuals create and pursue idealized goals or values that give direction to their behavior. These fictional goals are not necessarily attainable but serve to motivate and guide behavior. B. Striving for superiority. According to Adler, the ultimate goal in life is striving for superiority, which can manifest in both constructive and destructive ways. Constructive striving leads to personal growth and social contributions, while destructive striving can result in dominance and exploitation of others. C. Lifestyle and birth order. Adler emphasized the importance of lifestyle, which is shaped by early family experiences and birth order. He believed that individuals develop distinct life strategies based on their position within the family and the respect and consideration they received. D. Critical evaluation. Adler's theories on fictional finalism and striving for superiority have been influential, but some critics argue that his ideas lack empirical validation. Additionally, while the concept of birth order has been widely discussed, its impact on personality development remains a subject of debate. 4. Harry Stack Sullivan and the interpersonal approach. A. Interpersonal theory. Sullivan's interpersonal theory posits that personality is shaped by interpersonal relationships and social experiences. He viewed personality as a series of patterns in recurrent interpersonal situations, emphasizing the role of social interaction in psychological development. B. Key concepts. Tension, emotional discomfort arising from unmet needs. Energy transformation, how emotional energy is directed toward different interpersonal activities. Dynamism, the patterns of interpersonal relationships that influence behavior. Levels of cognition, the ways in which individuals process and interpret social interactions. Personification, the development of self-concepts and perceptions of others. C. Critical evaluation. Sullivan's focus on interpersonal relationships highlighted the social nature of personality, offering a counterpoint to more individualistic approaches. However, his theories have been critiqued for their lack of specificity and empirical testing, as well as the challenge of integrating them with other psychological frameworks. 5. Erik Erikson and the psychosocial stages. A. Psychosocial development. Erikson proposed that personality develops through a series of 8 psychosocial stages, each characterized by a specific crisis that must be resolved. Oral sensory stage, 0 to 1 year trust versus mistrust. Muscular anal stage, 1 to 3 years autonomy versus shame and doubt. Locomotor genital stage, 3 to 6 years initiative versus guilt. Latency stage, 6 to 12 years. Industry versus inferiority. Adolescence, 12 to 18 years identity versus role confusion. Young adulthood, 18 to 40 years intimacy versus isolation. Middle adulthood, 40 to 65 years generativity versus stagnation. Older adulthood, 65 plus years integrity versus despair. B. Critical evaluation. Erikson's theory of psychosocial development has been influential in understanding personality across the lifespan. However, some critics argue that the theory is too broad and lacks empirical support for the distinct stages. Additionally, cultural differences in development may not be fully accounted for in Erikson's framework. Conclusion. The psychoanalytical approach and its key contributors, Freud, Horney, Adler, Sullivan, and Erikson, have provided diverse perspectives on human behavior and personality. While their theories offer valuable insights, ongoing research and critique are essential for advancing our understanding of psychological development and addressing the limitations of each approach. Thank you. Follow us on YouTube, www.youtube.com/@iscompanion.